On days when I'm home during the hottest portion of the day, I take lots of goodies around to everybody. If we're not going to be home and we know it's going to be hot, we try to set them up as best as we can for success in the morning and just to make sure they've got shade, lots of fresh water, that kind of stuff. But if I'm home, this is what we do. So I dump his water so that he gets fresh water and it helps fill this up a little bit. And then I just leave it in that. So this will all be fresh water. It's on a little bit of a hill. So if it overflows, which is the goal, it'll fill up this. Also, the chickens have seen me. So Walter is calling. Now, these guys do need moved. We normally do it every other day, but the weather has been kind of up in the air. So we didn't move them last night. We should have. They definitely need moved tonight. So we'll start these guys off with a couple small pieces of watermelon as well. So that gallon there is actually thawed out, but we have like 4 of them in the freezer that we kind of rotate through to help cool that area because that stays the warmest. And then it also cools the nesting boxes. So if they want to rest up there, it would be nice and cool. The other stuff I've got here is for their water. So I'm going to add just a splash of apple cider vinegar with the mother. And then this is just ice. And I just run it under the water just long enough to get it to let go from the sides. And when I get back inside, I'll fill it up and I'll reuse it again for tomorrow. So they get a big, good chunk of ice, splash of this. The cups are a little dirty. When we move them, we go ahead and we take it all out. So I'll go ahead and I'll just kind of go around and refill them so they get that cool water and they have something to be excited about. Come on, Pepper Ann. This one we had some probiotics and ice in because they were getting a little bit of vent gleat from the heat, which we still need to combat a little bit. So I will probably refill that for this evening so they can have some probiotics tonight. And while I'm out here, I can collect some eggs. So these guys are taken care of. Now I just gotta go and turn off the water to Mr. Pig. Let's go see how it looks first. It is perfect and he's adoring it. He's got his watermelon all in that water. So we'll go ahead and get that cut off. So he's got good, clean, fresh water and a big old puddle to play in. So that is that. All in all, this process takes maybe 10 minutes max. So it's definitely worth it. We've noticed an increase in egg production the day after when we tend to them during the heat like this. If we don't, we usually get about 2 to 3 eggs. If we do, we'll get 5 or 6. So definitely worth it. Mr. Pig, it really is the only time he comes out if it's a hot day. Otherwise, he opts to stay inside of his little house because it's cooler in there. So it's kind of the only time we get to see him. It's a good chance also to check him over, make sure that he's doing well, check the chickens. I mentioned they do have some vent gleat from the heat. It does not seem to be getting worse. So I'm really hopeful that within a couple days it'll be better. So definitely worth checking on your animals in the heat like this. I know it's an extra step and I know for the most part they'll all be fine and survive without it, but I feel a lot better knowing that they're taken care of during this heat. So do you guys have some fun things I could do for them as well? We've done the watermelon and the apples. I've also frozen peppers, cranberries, raspberries, summer squash, all kinds of stuff like that. Do you guys notice a favorite for your pigs or chickens? I heard somebody mention Kool-Aid on Instagram. I haven't done that, but if you guys have some cool ones, let me know. If you want to see stuff we do in the future or anything like that, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Also, when you get back in, don't forget to rinse out your bags so that you can reuse them. If you don't rinse them right away, you'll end up with ants or mold and you'll just toss them. So make sure that you take the 30 seconds to rinse them out, and make sure you refill your container and pop it in the freezer. Otherwise you won't do it.